Welcome back to my channel. My name's Ruth Ellen. I run She Can, where we shift, heal and expand, and all the videos that we do here are all about helping you to raise your consciousness, to heal those stories that don't serve you, and to give you some guidance so that you can continuously expand and have the container wide enough for your new normal. Today's video is about giving you that guidance, it's about giving you that confirmation, it's about raising up what you already know onto the surface of the water, so to speak, and to give you maybe some more guidance if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Why am I singing that? I don't know. So there's 3 piles today. First pile, the second pile, and the third. And the question is, what do I need to hear right now? What do I need to hear right now? So what you got to do if you are new to my pick a card readings is to close your eyes, ground yourself, and breathe in for 2, breathe out for 2, breathe in again for 2, breathe out for 2, and the next time you're breathing in for 2 and breathing out for 2, to ask yourself this question: what do I need to hear right now? Last time, in again and out again. What do I need to hear right now? So open your eyes, choose the pile that calls to you, and let's begin. So let's put these to the side. And let's get started on pile 1. So the first card that's come up is guidance for your new life, and this card specifically is about knowing who you are and staying strong, standing to your ground, defend to your earth, defend to the end, the worthwhile. Right, it's all about using the wisdom. There's the owl. Owl's all about the wisdom. There's tears there because there might be some conflict. Somebody else might be sort of dismissing where you're at right now, what you're trying to bring to the world. So this card is giving you direction and guidance for your new life and creative awakening, what's happening for you right now. So if you are in that space of you've got this idea, you've got this feeling, and you're trying to explain it to others, you're trying to use your wisdom, and you're not getting the feedback that you hope to receive, this card is kind of indicative to know, in order for you to get some direction with this issue, this challenge, and to help you with your own creative awakening happening for you right now, you've got to defend your feelings. You've got to make it known, make it true that you are staying strong, basically. I know sometimes when we have conflicting opinions, we can sometimes say, oh, actually, maybe I'm feeling something that's not right. But this is about knowing whatever you're feeling right now is significant. And it's worthwhile to be feeling like this. It's worthwhile to hold on tight. So there's some healing to be done around this if you are not, how can I say this? If you are not grounded in who you are, but you're being asked to stay strong and to stand your ground, because you might be on a big emotional journey that feels like the fight of your life. It might seem small, seem not to hold much importance, but like you might be contemplating an idea. And the message here is that it's worthwhile to use your wisdom and to stay strong. Okay, the second card I'm going to pull is about any blocks or issues that you're working through to allow this to happen. So this is all about what's happening right now. This is what's happening right now, and this is what's blocking you at the moment to actually allow this to happen. So the collaborative dreaming is a card that it's a message more so about your heart is big enough to dream, not only for yourself but for new humanity. So this is all about being that dreamer, co-creating with the universe. Honor your grown desire to co-create with your conscious, like-minded people. If you find you're connected with people and they just sing to your heart, then this is a sign that you should be working with them to create that. Bear through the rough patches that happen when you work with other people. You know, the conflict of not necessarily agreeing on everything. This is not your, these aren't your soulmates to an extent. These are people that you're always going to have some type of conflict with, because you have different experiences and different filters and different things that have happened throughout your life, so you're going to see things differently. But this is about making the thing that you're defending to the worthwhile, your idea, your way of thinking, to birthing it. It's in infancy stage. And so collaborative dreaming collaborative dreaming is all about being more collaborative. It's collaboration over competition, right? You're not trying to compete, you're trying to create. You're trying to add value to this world. And so whenever that happens, it's guidance for you to honor the creative journey. To no longer think of yourself as the lone wolf. Yes, you've got a unique path, but you don't have to be alone in this journey. You don't have to think, I have to do it by myself because nobody else is with me. This is what collaborative dreaming is all about. You'll get there a heck of a lot faster when you work with others. So if you're in a group and you're struggling over whether to continue or to let it go, you're being asked to trust your heart and not to allow any group to become more powerful than the wisdom of your own heart. Going back to this owl, which is all about wisdom. This is about collective consciousness, collaborative dreaming. There are people there and they're coming from the place of their heart. And that's what's important. Because a group is not about us necessarily receiving, it's about giving as well. Trust that this will become clearer over time. Trust that collaborative dreaming is the way forward for you to create that impact you need. And trust that you're defending to the end the worthwhile that is within your heart too. Remember, as well, this is a very general reading, so this message will land for some of you, and other ones will be like, yeah, I take some of it, but some of it not so much, and that's okay. This is general. So the card 3 that I'm going to choose now, that's in your pile that came up, is the gift that is coming through this process. So there is a gift for doing this work, for being collaborative, and it's conscious connections. I really spoke around how that consciousness, that raising the energy of the earth, if you believe in that. And I believe that if you're listening to this, that you are a person that wants to make an impact. But this is much more around the gift that's coming. So if you've been asking sort of for healing in friendships, current friendships or immediate relationships, knowing that the work you're doing through collaborative dreaming will be the gift that you're going to receive from that is conscious connections. Because this work that you do to accept people that are different from you and to accept all of them, the light and the dark, will help you accept parts of yourself and will also help you to get more intimate with other people where you might have been holding them in a little bit of judgment. This is about being open to healing connections and to allow people to be close to you. The closeness of it. This is a very intimate depiction of what it means to be intimate. It's basically intimacy it's a container where my truth and your truth are allowed to just be. There's no judgment. And so when you are doing the collaborative dreaming, when you are having those conscious connections, you're allowing that intimacy container to be widened. You're allowing more of that to be your truth. More of that to actually happen in your life. That's a gift. That's a gift to allow more people to be close to you. Trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life. Resist nothing and seek wisdom in all. Back to the owl. Back to the heart. Heart wisdom. There's wisdom in our heart. Heart intelligence is more powerful than our brain. There's a brain in our heart, and that heart intelligence is more powerful than the brain in our head. So that's what's the gift that's coming from doing this process. Now, the fourth card I'm going to actually draw is all about how you're going to, it's guidance about interacting with the outer world during the process. So we know that there's inner world and outer world, and we're going to encounter people and things that might throw us off kilter. And so this card's come up for you. This card's come up for you. 24. New birth, guarded, vigilante. So you're in this creative process. You're going to be vulnerable. You're going to be sharing your opinion. You're going to be learning to be steady on your legs, because this is a new process for you. You've stood your ground. You've collaborated with your dreams. You've then had the gift of conscious connections. And so there's a new birth coming up. New life emerging. And so in order for you to interact with the outer world during this process, there's going to be some new things being born. Some new parts of you wasn't even aware of. So that means your inner sanctuary is going to be needed to be decluttered. Your own body, the way you retreat, the way you meditate, who you are, you're going to have to protect that more than anything. Because you're going to have other people's energies around you. You're going to have other people's opinions. And there's going to be things in you that no longer serve you. So you're going to constantly having to sort of take space up in your sanctuary. The suffering that you've been encountering, or suffering that you might encounter in this collaborative process and this conscious connection, being grounded enough and having those practices so that you can still have that clarity inside of you of who you are, while birthing these new ideas, these new ways of being. It's about keeping yourself pure as possible and not letting any sticky, icky energy that doesn't serve you and doesn't belong to you to stick to you. To refresh your spirit, to gain resources to help you deal with the rest of the world and your own darker moments in you. Because you might have dark thoughts, and that's normal. But to keep your sanctuary pure, to know what's yours and what somebody else's. So that's guidance for interacting with the outer world, right? The fifth card I'm going to draw is going to give you a message about your higher self and spiritual guides on this matter. So we've already gone through the guidance for the new life. We've gone through the blocks, the gift, the guidance for interacting with the outer world. And then now this message is about your higher self and spiritual guides and what they're guiding you to hear right now. So it's 8. Be the hunter, not the hunted. So with this particular card, or this message is important news. So you are capable of seeing the truth, outsmarting our patterns, right? Responding more creatively to craft new and improved relationships. So that means you don't have to be drawn into the dramas of others or the suffering of repetitive struggles, which goes back to guarding the insides, purity of your sanctuary. Because your guides are telling you right now that you, like the owl, synchronicity here, people. You need to be the hunter, not the hunted. You don't need to be receiving things that don't help you. You don't need to be in that pain, basically. It's like Mother Nature giving you the wisdom of medicine of the hour, right? The ability to hear what is not spoken, see what's hidden in darkness. So trusting what you feel in beyond appearance, having the wisdom of the wise owl, working with yourself and Mother Nature. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Don't wait for things to drown you. Don't wait for things to drown you. It's to such an extent that you're now not even sure who you are. And you can call on your guides for that. This is about assisting you in navigating the current life transition into a new way of being, right? You are already having this creative awakening process happening to you. And that means that there's going to be different challenges that are coming up. But that doesn't mean you wait for the challenges to overwhelm you. Be the hunter, not the hunted, is the message that's coming up from the guides. So where in your life, where right now are you being hunted? And where are you being the hunter? And what do you need to be the hunted more of? Hunter more of. Where do you need to be the hunter more of? So the last message, which funny enough was like, is this. The perfection of your life. So this is not even the last message. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I drew basically a creative inspiration of your life. So it's an egg spread. And so this last card is about bringing this process into practical manifestation into your life. So practical manifestation, we all know that sometimes we can feel ungrounded, and that's why it's so important that you do those practices to get grounded, to stay grounded. This is about knowing that there is a perfection of your life that happens in kind of a cocoon, but the outside world still continues. This is about expressing what you need in this new way of being. Knowing that even though the outside world looks the same, your inner self is different. Knowing that what appears to be in truth is always the unfolded creative genius of the universe. That you are not forgotten. Even if you're doing this process and you're feeling like, I'm quite insular right now. I'm having to take some time out to do the sacred practices so that my sanctuary is pure. I'm having to look within and see where I'm being the hunter, where I'm being hunted. I'm having to create conscious connections that might drain me because it's all new stuff. But I know, but actually it's not going to drain me because it's going to fulfill me because I'm constantly accepting new people and I'm not struggling. I'm not warring with myself. This is about the perfection of your life. Knowing you can express what you need, you can take away the blocked energy in your heart, you can call on the power perfection of your life because it aligns to your next creative turn of spiral of life. Trusting and directly experiencing the flower of life, which is the symbolism here, right? Unfolding within you and around you, from within to without. This is about putting this into practicality. You're going to feel like nothing's happening outside. But you know when you are grounded and you're using your intuition that it's happening inside and great things are happening. You're feeling more wise. You're following you're expanding your network and you're using collaboration for more impact. You're having the gift of the conscious connections because you're accepting other people in those intimate containers. You're birthing new things and you're guarding yourself so that you're constantly cleansing things within you so that you are staying pure and you have a sanctuary. You are seeing things with outside that others can't see, and that's okay. And you're making sure that you are the hunter, not being the hunted. And you are honouring this new perfection of your life. Even if you can't see, you walk by faith, not by sight. And so this message for you, pile one, is a huge one. It's a huge shift. And so I want to encourage you with a few more cards that's going to help you to move forward. So the card that's come up is Mother Earth. Feeling loved and comforted. Where do you need more mothering? Where do you need to love yourself more so that this process can happen? Right? Mother Earth is where you are loved. Right? You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. And comforted. But where do you need to parent yourself? Where do you need to make sure that you are not relying on others to do this for you? This card's come up again. Well, I say again, but just it's come up. It relates to this, right? Happy family. Now, happy family doesn't always necessarily mean your immediate family. It means how are you creating the family that you need within you? What are you doing in order for that to happen? How are you seeing bliss in situations? How are you caring for yourself? Goes back to Mother Earth, right? How are you celebrating yourself? Perhaps there's somebody new coming into your life. Remember, at the forefront of your relationships, you're loving yourself more so, accepting all of you, having those conscious connections. And they're going to bring some challenges. But something amazing is coming up because of all of this. Happy wife, they say happy life. Happy you, happy everyone. In my opinion, because I think when you feel happiness within, you can spread that joy and you've got that ripple effect. And so you're calling in that's what you're attracting. Because you've done some of that healing work. You've not just ignored it and dismissed it. And so it's so important that you continue these practices to continue the sanctuary work on yourself and to know that these are the gifts that are coming. Last but not least, the last message that's coming up for this pile is about keepers of the earth. Now, if you've not come across this before, it's basically saying you're not alone. There are ancestors that are beside you. They're there guiding you. They're saying, look, we've got you. We've got you. We're next to you. We love you. We want you to succeed in this. You are supported. So even though you're mothering yourself, even though you may manifest a family or even guard you're guarding yourself so that the family that you attract are people that are not necessarily by blood, but they are always destined to be people to add value to you. This card is about receiving a whole new level of support. You might have specific requests, and so I want you to activate this card by being the keeper of the earth, knowing that your ancestors are beside you. So what you're going to do is you're going to visualize this card. You're going to visualize the keepers of the earth, and you're going to say these words. I am open to receiving a whole new level of support for my life and my work, and I call it in now. And then you say thank you, thank you, thank you. Now you can include any specific requests you have for that support. So after I say I call it in now, you then put your specific request you have to your ancestors. So again, I'm going to repeat it so that you can write it down. You can maybe think about it. I am open to receiving. I am open to receiving a whole new level of support for my life and my work, and I call it in now. Include your request. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. So pile 1, I hope that served you. Again, it was a general reading. Let me know in the comments below what resonated with you. And subscribe if you haven't already, because now I am going to be doing pile 2. Thank you for watching. So, pile 2. This message is for you. So, I've created a spread just for you, just like all the other ones, to be honest. And this spread is about the creative inspiration for your new life that's coming and what you need to hear. So what do you need to hear? The first thing that came up is about guidance for a new life and your creative awakening happening for you now. So every journey starts with a single step is the first part of the guidance in terms of the guidance for your new life. Every journey starts with a new step. So you might be thinking, oh, I've got so much things to do right now and I've got so much things I want to create. But there's a lot and you might be feeling overwhelmed. So this particular card depicts the person that's completely naked, completely vulnerable, has a bag, lots of ideas, lots of thoughts, So things that are light in love coming out, and you're thinking, oh my gosh. But no, this is a picture of hope. This is about you being on a journey, you honoring your journey, you saying, you know what? This is an internal journey, and I'm going to still, but that means I've got this sort of external self-expression that's going to come out. I know that my journey started on the inside, but I know the journey is going to physically change me on the outside. Knowing that you have all you need within you, knowing that this is not a time to worry about what you're going to take with you. This is the bag, right? What am I going to take with me? What do I need? So many questions. You're overthinking in your head. This is about remembering we're thinking with our hearts, mind, body, and soul, right? It includes everything. So we don't have to overthink it. You can leave what's best behind you now. You know, you don't even need it. The things that you think you need, you know, you don't need it. You've got everything within you. And so if you're thinking of taking a trip sometime soon, maybe it's much more of an ancestral trip, you know, in your mind, a visualization. Maybe you're thinking that if I take this small step, what about the thousands of others? You know, the staircase will reveal itself. The more steps you take, the next step will light up. It simply means that your actions are cumulative. So each step will add to the previous one, right? And your actions will create a positive impact. So you're probably thinking, what's happening for me right now, this creative experience? Where do I go? What do I do? Stop, pause, breathe. Every journey starts with a single step. Just take that one step. Then the next step will be revealed. That's the first piece of guidance for you. Now, the second message that comes up for, not necessarily for you, well, yes, of course it's for you, but it's about blocks. These are the next message that's going to come up is for blocks or issues that you're working through that won't allow this to happen. So you might not be taking the steps, and you're probably thinking, oh, it's easy for you to tell me to take steps. I didn't take steps. That's my voice, my impression. Regardless, you're not taking the steps. The message is about the blocks and the issue that's coming up is that you need courage. You will need courage on this journey. But lucky for you, the universe knows you have bucket loads. And the universe knows you can tap into courage through universal life force too. Allow yourself to be lifted out of the level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. This is about the unknown. Uncertainty is rife right now, right? You're thinking, I don't know what's going to happen. Great. Let's ride. Let's go. Let's do this. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Relax. You know why? Because nobody knows. You don't know. But you know, every journey starts with a single step. And you know you're willing to take those steps because you have to leap from the known waters. Other people might think, oh my gosh, you are crazy. What are you doing? You're like, okay, I'm crazy. Cool. It's those people that believe in the unknown, that want to create something new that's not been created before, that want to take the leap into waters that might be shark infested, but are going to do it anyway because they know they're divinely protected. You may fear for your life. But how will you feel if you don't take those steps? Next week, next month, next year, with any form of regret, is it a life worth living? It's about empowering yourself. It's about painting like you're somebody who's actually lost your mind because you're completely free from the heart. You're completely free and you're living from the heart, rather. What am I saying? This is clarity, right? This is about you not waiting for confirmation from others. This is about you validating yourself through action. Knowing that every journey starts with a single step and you're willing to take that step to the unknown. And that you're worthy of it. Your passions, your dreams, Everything needs to be honored right now. Go within. You must dive in deep off the edge, what you've known, and just leap. You'll be caught. You'll be caught. So that's the blocks coming up, right? It's basically saying that the issue that's going to come up, you're fearful. You cannot live in a spirit of fear and create something positive. So that's the block that you're working through to allow this to happen, for you to take those steps. This card, number 3, that's coming up, is the gift that is coming through this process. So the gift that you will receive for taking this leap, for taking those steps, for going through those issues and totally moving forward, is that you're bringing yourself to life. This is you painting something and creating something that's going to come to life. It's like feeling. Finally, I'm feeling something. I feel something. I'm passionate about this. I love this. It gives you a purpose. That's the gift that's going to come through this. You're going to take the steps that are scary. That's in the unknown, but you are going to feel. And if you're an empath, you probably think, I feel all the time. Feeling fear from others is not the same as feeling from within that helps you to truly live, feel fulfilled. So this is about painting, writing, enacting rituals, singing, dancing, going with the flow, not holding back, creating a space for yourself to do it. It's about creating your creations, being kind to your body, listening to it and letting it be alive. It's knowing that the message is to be alive. Like, you're awakening. So why would you want to go back to sleep? Unfortunately, you can't, even if you wanted to. So that's the thing. So are you going to keep trying to go back to sleep? Keep trying to ignore what you already know? Keep trying to act like you don't know better? Or are you going to move forward and you're going to bring yourself to this aliveness that you know you are worthy of? There's an adventure waiting for you. You need a deeper connection to your own instinct, your body, your feeling, your intuition. You can receive this new calling. But when you take the steps, you relax the hold of the darkness. The darkness doesn't hold you back. You can finally come alive. Embrace it. And it will embrace you. That's a gift that's coming. That aliveness. Okay. So, that's nice. Okay, thanks for that. So you're thinking, okay, so how am I going to interact with the outside world during this process? This is where this card comes up. Now, I want you to be able to interact with the outside world, because you're going to still need to, even if you are in isolation. But how? It says, dream a beautiful dream. Whatever you're dreaming to create, it's the same creation that the universe wants for you. You're the vessel, right? Universe has all these great ideas, and it needs people like you to go out and create them. It needs people like you to be that vessel who's no longer going to say fear's holding me back. People that want to feel alive, to create beauty in this world, to inspire others. If you're feeling uncertain about your ability to sort of fix or heal right now, or you don't feel inspired to be able to imagine it differently from how it currently is, this is how you interact with the outer world. You keep dreaming this beautiful dream. You say this is what's possible, despite what's out there saying what's not possible. You say about the perfect dream that you have. You inspire, you have this vision that's a movement that's way beyond anything that you could have imagined, anyone else can imagine. You overcome resistance and denial by being curious, by saying, oh, interesting, I feel like that. Why is that? You have the power to be a positive influence in whatever situation holds the most meaning for you right now. You need to know that. So, outside world might want to suck you dry. I'm not saying that's the case for everything, right? But this is the guidance. To hold on to that vision. To know, it's almost like hold the vision in front of you. People without the vision will perish, right? It's biblical, I'm not quoting verbatim, but when you have a vision, the dream, that beautiful dream, and you constantly remind yourself of it, this is why I'm taking those steps, every single step. I'm taking this because this is what I'm creating. This is why I'm releasing the whole of darkness. This is why I'm alive. It's because you dreamed a beautiful dream. So that's that. That's it. So this card speaks from your higher self and spiritual guides about this particular matter. So seeing the true you is so important right now. Sometimes we want to believe other people's opinions above ourselves because we're thinking, well, they can see something we can't see. And so this is about you putting too much faith in other people's opinions, especially if you're not taking steps because you're scared about what somebody's going to think about you, what their opinion is going to say about you, and that they're going to think that you're crazy and all these other labels. Remember, labels are for jars, not for people. So whatever labels that you're being tarnished with is not your concern. This is a time to see the true you, reflecting on who you are, doing that mirror work, seeing a perception of what you say about yourself and changing it and seeing the true you. This is not about other people's opinions dictating how you see yourself. Seeing the beauty within you, knowing that you're wonderful, developing the art of direct perception, recognizing yourself not only in the eyes of others. Like if you see the light in an influencer and you're thinking that person's amazing, then that light is within you as well. The Namaste, the light within me is the light I see within you, right? That's basic, period. And so to continue this journey, see yourself, see the eternal you, accept all of it. All of you needs to be accepted right now. One of the reasons I do hypnotherapy and DBT with my clients is because it's about accepting who you are, the light and the dark, before you do personal development. Personal acceptance before personal development. Seeing the true you is important. Having a positive self-image of who you are. Breaking contracts, consciously or unconsciously, that's given other people power over you, is the work that you need to be doing. So that's a special message from your higher self and your guides. And this is the last message. It's about bringing guidance for bringing the process into practical manifestation into your life. So manifestation is achieving the goal, right? Sometimes we can overcomplicate things, and this is kind of bring it into practicality. Like this is put it into fruition now, right? And the guidance for you is going beyond normal. So you're not trying to recreate something that's already been created. You're not trying to be a cookie cutter of anybody or anything. You're deciding to not go mainstream, to be bolder, to be more authentic, to be trusting in every way, to rely on whom you need to be and not solely on logic and science. It's dry when you just rely on logic and science. Choose the approach that's juicier, that's not dry. Be moist if you want. If that resonates with you, be moist. This is about staying open to intuitive approaches in your life. To being creative. You're a creative being, right? So why would you want to try to be normal like everybody else? Why would you try to do cookie cutter thing? Why would you want to... Why would you want that for yourself? You're creating your own path. You're taking steps that are from the unknown. You're releasing fears and darknesses so they don't hold you. And to do all that work and then say, yeah, I'm doing this so I could be like somebody else. It's such a waste. You're going to be breaking new traditions. I say new traditions, but breaking traditions. You're going to be creating new traditions traditions. You're going to be creating new traditions. You're going to be breaking old ones, which might ruffle in your few feathers. But then it's meaningful to you, right? And isn't that important, to do something with meaning? So that's sort of the creative inspiration for the new life that's evolving right now. And I've got a few other cards that are going to kind of give you some additional guidance, additional, additional support. So the angel cards, and the first angel card is second chakra Archangel Ariel. This is about orange. Basically, a bright orange on an energy promoting inspired creativity and greater comfort with intimacy. It's about urging you to get creative, which aligns with some of the other things that we talked about, breaking traditions, bringing new traditions into life, dreaming a beautiful dream that other people might not get, taking steps and having feelings that make you come alive. This second chakra Archangel Ariel card is all about nurturing yourself so you can flow more freely. So if you want to receive from the souls around you, this is just important. So working on your second chakra, you can do this affirmation. My second chakra is open to its perfect healthy state. I'm creative and self-nurturing, more and more comfortable with the gentle waves of intimacy coming my way. So that's that. But another card also came out, the third chakra, with Archangel Chamuel. And it's talking about life force energy and emotions of the desire. So you have a desire to dream a beautiful dream, to take some steps. Not sure, you might have blockages, and working through those so that you can have the gift of the feeling. This is about completion. To feel excitement for what you do. To have increased enthusiasm, which goes back to this card, coming to life. And so Chamuel wants to support you in this, and to balance out your third chakra. So another affirmation is, my third chakra is open to its perfect healthy state. I radiate a bright and vibrant life force energy. I feel excitement for all that I do. Okay. And then I've pulled an angel and ancestor card for you too. And this card is indicative that you have magic within you that needs to be unlocked. And I'm hoping that this reading has given you the inspiration for that to happen. This is talking about not looking outside yourself, recognizing that you have incredible powers within, which I've talked about throughout this reading. And so in order for you to receive this, to really dive deep into this, knowing that you have the answers within, going back to this, you've got everything you need to go on your journey. Yeah, you have to own your power. You have to own your power. You are powerful beyond anything, and you've got it. You've just got it, and you just have to unlock it. And one of the ways to make sure that happens sooner than later is that, yes, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries so that you are dreaming that beautiful dream? You are going beyond normal. You are consistently being more you, unlocking that magic. When you are feeling like you are not being you, it's because you've allowed others to come into your energy realm, and you've almost given them permission to change your energy. So this is a message about creating boundaries so that you are protecting what needs to be protected so that you can come to life, so that you can stay high vibe, so that you can do what you was brought here to do, to be you, to take the steps and to say yes. Not yes when you really mean no, but to say yes to you, knowing what needs you have, and knowing that saying no and having clear boundaries is actually a spiritual act. You want to give from a place that's unconditional. When you borrow someone money, you borrow it from a place of, I'm not expecting it back, so I give it to you unconditionally. Now, if I'm expecting you to give it back to me and you don't, I feel away. So this, believe me, it connects. This is about having clear boundaries and knowing what I'm giving, I don't need back. So if you know you haven't got the energy to give, don't give it. Only when you are able to give from your overflow, give. When your bank balance is fat, when your energy is overflowing, give. Because you have a mission and you have a dedication for yourself, and it's going to help the greater good. And if you don't fulfill that mission, there's going to be some regrets in life, and I don't want that for you. So take the support of Archangel Ariel, Archangel Chamuel, go beyond the normal, create those boundaries. I hope that served you well. Pile number 2. Remember to subscribe and click the like button and comment below. Let me know what resonated with you the most, because now I am going for the last but not least pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. So what do you need to hear right now? Pile number 3. So the first card is confirmation. What you want wants you. What you want wants you. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, great, thanks, that's great. I'm going to elaborate, right? Trust in what you truly want. If you've been denying yourself and you've asked the question, what do I want, and you've come up blank, you need to get honest. You need to think, oh, what is it that I actually want? Do I want to sing? Do I want to write? Do I want to help animals? Do I want to paint? Explore it if you're not sure. Explore it. The world is your oyster. What you want wants you. You have to believe in what you want. You might get the answer all of a sudden, or you might just go with the flow. You might keep dreaming and it just happens, right? One day you're like, this is what I want. Because whatever you're desiring is on its way. So what you need to hear, the first card is all about guidance for your new life and creative awakening. So regardless, what you want wants you, right? And so the second card that I'm going to pull is all about what's stopping you from actually saying, this is what I want. Because I think sometimes we can get a little insular, we can get a little bit like, I don't deserve it a little bit, and feel a bit unworthy, so you don't really say what you want. And some people don't even ask you what you want. And you're waiting for somebody to ask you. You don't need to wait for somebody to ask you. Ask yourself. Ooh, sounds a bit tough. Okay, tough love. Love is love, right? Anyway, number 20 is softly, softly, the tender touch. So this is the issue that's coming up, right? The block, the thing that's stopping you. You don't need to push so hard to receive what's coming to you. So what you already wants you. It's coming. Be soft, be gentle. Like I just said, tough love. Like it's probably a message from me too. Be gentle with yourself, with what you want. Of how you're getting it. With how hard you're holding onto it. You don't need to push, you don't need to grind. if you've got fears that tell you that you need to be doing this, you should be doing that, then that's from a place of ego. Because the shoulds and the wouldn'ts that you might have to do, or coming up with in your mind, are not from a place of love. They're from a place of social conditioning, of what the world says this is what you should do. You can just be, you can just explore, you can just be expectant with yourself, knowing that it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. You are a super attractor. You don't need to force anything. It's about shifting. You shine like the sun. You're radiant. You don't need permission. You just need to heal so that you can help the world to heal. So whatever you want, wants you. And anything that's blocking you right now is you believing that you need to push and grind. When really you just need to be, and you will manifest. Because here's the thing. When you nurture what it is you desire, when you say this is what I want, and then you start to create without the attachment of, when I'm creating this, I expect to get these many followers, I expect to get this much money. No. You're creating from a place of, I'm creating because I'm creating. And I know that I'm an attractor and that universal life force is always supporting me. So I don't need to push. I need to grind. If I feel like I want to work for many hours, then that's from a place of flow. This is about gentle. This is more so about tapping into the feminine part of you than the masculine. Masculine is all about push. Let's go, let's do this. Feminine is more like, this is what I'm receiving. I'm good, I'm in flow. You're softening. You're inviting. It's just different. It's just ease and flow. So that's the block, right? For you to work on the issue that's coming up. For you to balance that masculine and feminine. Balance like a Libra. Okay, the gift that will come from that is inspiration. Inspiration, right? When you are inspired, you come from a place of inspiration, magic things happen. And it's the highest wisdom giving you those downloads, giving you enthusiasm, giving you that magic. Synchronicity, people, situations, opportunities fall into place when you detach and allow. Inspiration comes. I was going to give you an example, but it's not about me, it's about you. Okay, so it's about greater creative intelligence, right? It's about taking aligned action. So a lot of the work I do is about getting people into alignment. And essentially that's them knowing their values and then living those values throughout their life and knowing what that actually means for them. And so if one of your values is fun, and then you decide you're going to have fun in this creative process of creating, that's you living in alignment. Now, if you start to grind and hustle, you're out of alignment because you're not living through your values. You're doing the complete opposite. So when you are aligned with your values and you then feel much more inspired because that's your sort of default that needs to happen. It's almost like abundant honey is coming your way through your commitment and development of an idea. And it's just believing. I know that's not humor. That's humor. So it's just about believing, knowing it's coming. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. What you want to you. Remember the block, the issue, but know the gift if you continue to believe. Okay. So now you know this, the outside world is going to come and with its own agenda, right? You can't control the outside world. So this next card is all about what you can do to manage the outside world by working on the inside. So, free from judgment, free to love. So, imagine a world so infused with bliss, love and wonder. Like, naturally and always, you feel safe as a nourished, cherished baby in the arms of the universal mother. This, you're going to see outside completely, like what you want to you, right? You're going to be gentle and soft, and you're going to detach, and you're going to get inspired ideas, and you're just going to be like, I'm just in flow. But then you're going to go and do it, and perhaps you might start feeling judged. And you might start feeling resentment if you focus on these metrics that are nothing to do with you. So likes, comments, or somebody recognizing your work, or getting as much money, or whatever it is that what you want to you, right? What you desire is. There's going to be some judgment from yourself. So this is a card about freeing yourself from judgment and being free to love. So you are asked to sort of stop, relax, and settle on your body to feel your connection with life itself. You're being asked to do something for someone without an agenda. You're being asked to be loved by just being, right? So asking yourself a question, if I was just to, I know my desire is coming to me. I know that I'm inspired, and now this is how I'm going to act with the world. I'm going to be connected to myself. I'm going to feel passionate about my purpose. I'm going to affirm this in the love I do and who I'm being. I'm going to have energy to love and not become drained. I'm not going to concern myself with anything that stops me from shining brightly. You're going to love in such a different way. It's gonna be beautiful if you're not experiencing already. It's almost like you're gonna love another person, love yourself tremendously. Like it's gonna feel like something you've never encountered before. And so guidance of who you are, and it's this green, right? It's the heart chakra. It's your heart's gonna open up more. So you're not gonna, from somebody say something negative to you, you're gonna be much more of that curious person to be like, that person must need love. I'm sending them love. The grace under the law of grace, you know? It's just different. It's gonna feel different, and it's kind of indescribable. But the guidance is for you to interact with the outer world is to be love. Come from a place of non-judgment. This message is about from your guides. Now, even though I said, be love and etc., etc., your guides and your higher self saying, look, restore and replenish. You need to manage your energy. I know I love energy, and so your guides and your higher self is saying, it's not even just about rest. You need some space, some fresh energy in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, in your heart. You need to restore and revive yourself. By changing the flow of energy, you need to go much more deeper than taking an at-home retreat. And it's kind of almost like you're going to get to a point where you don't want to be consistently using your willpower. That's why you need guidance from guides in the higher self, because one level to another level can feel draining. And so restore and replenish is all about healing. When you're feeling the weather, under the weather, you'll be well again. But you need to take the time to listen to yourself as well. Know that you are ready for the next phase. It doesn't have to be a long restoration process. It doesn't have to be a long replenishing process. But it does need to happen, and do not ignore your body. So that's what your higher self is saying and what the guides are saying. Last but not least, follow your own rhythm. This guidance is about bringing this process into practical manifestation in your life. So you've got your own rhythm. You dance to a different beat, my friend. You are moved by an ancient, powerful force that cannot be tamed, and you cannot miss what you're destined for, nor will you gain anything by trying to push yourself. So it goes back to this, right? Need to restore and replenish, but you also need to make sure that you are following your own rhythm. You're listening, right? Balancing between effort and surrender, discipline and letting go. There's that nice balance that is there and available to you. So when it's the rhythm of rest. When it's a rhythm of replenish. When it's a rhythm of inspiration, be inspired. It's like you're going to feel it in your heart. Going back to the from judgment free to love, you're going to feel it, and you're going to know what's your values, if you're even aligned to them, and if you are following your own rhythm, right? It's almost like gaining your peace. What brings me peace in this moment? What will bring me at peace? If you choose to be out of alignment and you don't choose peace, then that means that you're not following your own rhythm. You are following someone else's beat, almost. So this is about connecting, dancing, singing, sharing your wildness, uplift groups, places. Just be, right? Be. Okay. So that's the overall message for you. And I want to give you some more guidance of cards that came up that will help you to navigate that in this period, because I want you to know this is what you need to hear. But you've also got some support available to you. And I pulled out a energy card for you for this particular pile. And what's come up is Goddess of the Moon. Stay straight, babes. So this is about holding the bright moon, being sort of crystal clear in your intentions, knowing what you want to use coming, creating, but also knowing that listening to your intuition. It goes back to following your own rhythm, listening to your body and restoring and replenish body, mind, soul and spirit. But the Goddess of the Moon sort of brings you all sorts of information. So maybe you get an urge to take a different route from home. Maybe you might have an idea for a great adventure. Maybe you connect really well already, but this card's telling you now it's time to open up more. We're going back to that heart chakra and increasing that third eye. It's using your intuition much more. It's using it, right? Using it to follow your own rhythm, using it to restore and replenish, using it to be inspired. So the affirmation that you could repeat is, I have a strong intuitive voice. I freely receive guidance, and I trust the messages I receive. And the angel and ancestor card that came up is the season of autumn, which is going to be about you releasing things, releasing the old and resting. It goes back to restore and replenish, right? It's an alignment of that. This is the season where you're releasing the old and resting. You're creating from a place of knowing it's coming. You're not pushing hard. You're not forcing anything. You're knowing it's already coming. So you're releasing old things that don't serve you, and you're following your own rhythm. It's time to, I mean, the season of autumn is a magical one, really, because you'll see some transformations, and when it's over, you'll be like, this feels good. You know already what's holding you back. You know, it's just, for you, it's about like being that raven. Healing. I mean, the raven is a Celtic animal medicine. It's like the bird of healing and initiation. It almost is like a shift that allows you to move into more powerful space where you can be more aware of your needs and desires and be better supported. So being aware of what you need, being aware of what you need, being aware of what you need, right? This message is just dripped in that. Sharing your voice is another message that came out. Coming out of the cave. Using self-expression. Knowing what you do and what you believe in. Staying in alignment of that. Sharing your voice, not hiding. Breaking those vows that say, I must not say nothing. And last but not least, say yes. Saying yes to you. Saying yes to your intuition. Saying yes to things that light you up, and letting go of the fear, right? Letting go of the fear. So I'm just going to give you the affirmation. What's the confirmation card of this confirmation card, so that you can, well, what it says is don't overthink it, just say yes. Just say yes. If your body is asking for something, your mind's overthinking, your soul wants something, it's yes, 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 more yes, right? So those are the end of this reading. That's the last thing. If you found this beneficial, please thumbs up. It would do me a huge favour to keep this channel going. And comment below what's your biggest takeaway from the reading that came up for you. Let me know. I'm so excited to support you. I'll reply to your comments as well, and to give you any more guidance that I think might be called for. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you all for subscribing, for being here in the community. Yeah, I appreciate you.